Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel as usual. Tonight's obviously going to be a bit of a different one as I'm going to be doing the yearly transfer window video where I look back at all the signings that we've made from the summer to the January transfer window. I give my thoughts on them, about what I think of them, and yeah, that's basically it. And I give them a rating out of 10. And I do apologise that I did not upload it the day before or the day before that. It's just because I've been preparing for an interview, which I've got tomorrow. So that's the reason why, I've had to focus a bit. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it, shall we? I should probably just warn you that just before I get started, this is going to be quite a long video. So if you don't want to, watch it all, I suggest you use that little scroller at the bottom to, scroll through the video because it is going to be a long one. But feel free to stay; it's your choice. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do the summer transfer signings first, which obviously makes sense. And then after I've done that, I'll do the January transfer window signings. And yeah, but I'll also include the players that left last season. Just because why not? And so yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? Starting off, Sonny Carey from Blackpool. To be honest, I think Sonny Carey has been a real good signing for us because he's done really well to start here at Charlton, and despite being on a free, and not having to pay any money for him, I think he's done a real good job. He scored some great goals, and he's always had some important parts of the team. So yeah, I've really enjoyed watching. I've really enjoyed watching Sonny Carey play since we signed him in this summer, and yeah, he's been real great for us. So out of 10, I'd have to give him a 9.5 out of 10, just because I think he's been really good. The reason why I wouldn't give him a 10 out of 10 is just because, well, yeah, I just don't think he deserves a 10 out of 10. Anyway, who's up next? Goalkeeper Thomas Kaminski, undisclosed, from newly relegated League One side Luton Town. To be honest, at the start of the season, I thought Thomas Kaminski done, I thought he's done really well. He's made some excellent saves, and he's became a really big and important part of the team. And the way he's played has been amazing. Really good. And the fact that he's been able to pick himself back up after all them nasty defeats and setbacks. I think he's been a real good goalkeeper. I think he's been one of the best goalkeepers we've had since Dylan Phillips, which was back in 2019. So I think I think Thomas Kaminski has been one of the best goalkeepers we've had, and obviously I'll have to give him a 10 out of 10, just because he's he's got a really important part in the team, and yeah, I've enjoyed watching him play, and I think he's been a great signing. Now Amari Bell, again, another 3. Again, I think Amari. I think Amari's been a real good player for us. Again, obviously it's a 3, which is also good, but I think he's been a real good blockbuster for the team, and he's been able to, defend well, and he's been a great member of the team, and I think he's one of the best centre backs, or right back. I'm not sure which position he is, but I definitely know he's a defender. But he's been one of the best defenders we've had since Michael Hector. So I think he's done really, really well, and I've enjoyed seeing him because he's played well against a lot of good, solid teams in the league, like Coventry, where we got that 1-1 draw, and a lot of games, uh, a lot of other games. But I'm not really going to get into too much detail. But yeah, I had to give Amari an 8 out of 10, just because I think he's done really, really well so far this season. Now, Isaac Tanto Alafe, undisclosed, from Stockport County, who's currently on loan at Stockport County until the end of the season. I think Tanto's done a real good job, and I think he's played really, really, really well since the start of the season, and I think he's really, really impressed himself, to be honest, and he's been one of my favourite signings by far. Well, not as good as Sonny Carey, but he's really, really impressed me a lot. And obviously that goal against Sheffield United away at Bramall Lane is where it made me fell in get in love with a player, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think I'd have to give him a 9.8 out of 10. But the fact that he's gone out on loan, I'd say it's all right, because some players, they need game time, because when you've got a lot of players, then yeah. Anyway, Reece Burke, again undisclosed, from Luton Town, who have just gotten relegated to League One this season. I think Reece Burke has been really, really good. I think he's been, a real good defender for us. Like I said, we're with Amari Bell. I think he's, done really, really well to validate himself, and I thought he's, put a good profile character together for himself. And yeah, I thought he's played really, really well, and yeah, he's been a real good signing, and obviously we all know that Nathan Jones loves Luton Town players, so I think it's been good for Reece Burke to be able to re-link up with his old manager Nathan Jones. So again, another good signing. I'll have to give it a 7.8 out of 10. So yeah. Joe Rankin Costello, undisclosed, from fellow Championship side Blackburn Rovers. I think Joe has been really, really, really good for us, and the reason he's impressed me is because of his dribbling. He played really, really, really well, and played real skillfully against both Birmingham City and Coventry City, which was away in Mannheim. So I think he's been a real good player for us. And he even though he's in his 30s, I've enjoyed seeing him play. And yeah, I don't really have too much to say about it, but one of my favourite memories of him has been, him dribbling past the Birmingham City players to help us get the equaliser to avoid losing that at St Andrews Knighthead Park. So I'd have to give Joe a 9 out of 10. Rob Apter, undisclosed, from Blackpool, who is currently on loan to League One side Bolton Wanderers. Now, a lot of people will be able to agree with me, but I'm trying to be nice, but I think Nathan Jones has been a bit harsh on Rob Apter, and by sending him out on loan, I think it's been a bit hard. I think it's been a bit of a hurtful and harsh decision on him. I think that Nathan Jones should give Rob Apter more time, and I was really, I think Rob Apter's been playing really, really, really great since he signed for us in the summer, until he got loaned out in January. So I thought he's been all right, but it's a shame to see what a player we've only just signed go out on loan to a division below us. But again, like I said about the other loanee, like I said about Tanto, some players need game time, and there's always a lot of players in the squad fighting for a chance to get into the starting 11. So yeah, but yeah, I'd have to give Rob Apter a 8 out of 10, just because I think he's been real good for us this season. Again, until he got loaned out to Bolton Wanderers. Next up is Charlie Cowman, £3.5 million from fellow Championship side Queen's Park Rangers, who we are facing tomorrow. I think Charlie's been real good for us, even though he's not got that many goals and assists. I thought he's done decent and done really, 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 really well. And yeah, I thought he's done really, really, really well. I think he's been able to express himself on the pitch, well, both off and on the pitch. Yeah, and I feel like he's played his part really, really well, and I've enjoyed seeing him play this season. And yeah, don't really have much to say really, but I think it's been a good, decent signing for us, and so I'd have to give him a 10 out of 10, just because I like how he plays, and just because I like how he looks as well as a player. So yeah. Next up, Harvey Nibbs, undisclosed, from League One side Reading. I feel like Harvey Nibbs has been really, real good for us this season, especially scoring that last minute winner against Watford on opening day. I thought he's been, doing really, really, really well recently. I think I can't remember if he's been injured or he's been in a few matches. It's been a long time. I can't remember, but yeah, I thought he's been a real good signing this season, and in the summer we obviously knew we were expecting him to sign, so I think it's a real good signing for us. And again, like I said about Tanto, Apter, Kaminsky, I've really enjoyed seeing him, play a lot this season, even though he's not got that many goals or assists, but I think he'll pick himself up before comes the end of the season, and I'd have to give him a 8.8 out of 10. Next up, James Bree on loan from Southampton. I thought James Bree has been, really, really good for us. And obviously Southampton got relegated from the Premier League last season when we won promotion back to the Championship. But I think James Bree, has been real good, real good for us, even though he's returned back to Southampton. I think he's one of the players I liked a lot, and I've liked and enjoyed watching him a lot this season. And he's got a good lot of mentality. He knows how to keep the ball. He knows how to play possession. But I think it all fell apart when he played against Blackburn Rovers. I think Blackburn Rovers. I think his form sort of started to slip a bit, but I think he's been a real good signing for us. And yeah, again, I think he's been one of my third favourite players to watch this season. So I'd have to give him a 9 out of 10. I mean, obviously, Hernandez on a free. As a free agent, I think he only played a couple of games, but I thought he's done really well for us this season. I think he's looked good in the kit. He looks like he can play the ball really well. And I've again enjoyed seeing him play, even though he's not one of my favourite players. No offence to him, but yeah, I thought that he's been a real good signing for us. I feel like Nathan Jones has been able to get the best out of him, but yeah, I think he's been good. Yeah, I think he's been good for us, and he knows how to sort of run past run past midfield, and he's good at giving assists. So yeah, and I'd have to give him a. It's going to hurt me to say this, but a 5 out of 10, just because I don't think he's. Just because I don't think he's played that many games, and yeah. And of course, the one which we all hate, Jerome Rushilian. Obviously, I've got absolutely nothing to say on it. Absolutely nothing to say about Jerome Rushilian. Signed for us in November, and has made as a he's made no appearances, no goals, and he's got no assists. So yeah, I've literally got nothing to say, but it's a shame that he it's like the Niall John situation. Signed for Charlton, but barely signed for Charlton, but barely plays a game. When he first came in, I was really excited to see him play, but then when he's got no game time, it's sad for me to see. But oh well. I'd have to give him 0 out of 10 again because I haven't seen him play. So yeah. And then obviously, it's about loans. Kahim Dixon, who's now returned from League Two side Crawley Town. I think it's been a great move for Kahim Dixon because again he's a young lad, and I think Nathan Jones wants to get the best out of Kahim Dixon, and I feel like he's a young lad like me with a lot of potential, and I think he can do really well in life. And I think if Nathan Jones keeps on trying to get the best out of him, then he'll be worth a lot of money, hopefully one day. But I've not really seen him play that much. But I think he's played a far fewer. I think he's played a far greater amount of matches than Jerome Brazilian. So I'd have to give Kahim Dixon a 7 out of 10. And then obviously Alex Mitchell on loan to Plymouth Argyle, who's still there until the end of the season. I feel like Alex Mitchell has done well. Obviously, I've not seen anything on Twitter about him on of his recent matches, but I think he's done really well. And again, like I said with Kane Dixon, Nathan Jones wants to get the best out of Alex Mitchell, and I think by sending him on loan to a club that's got relegated from the Championship to the Premier League, I think it gives Alex Mitchell some, good experience, and yeah, I feel like he's played well. So I'd have to give him 6.5 out of 10, just because I haven't really seen them play that much this season for Charlton, of course. And then obviously Micah Mumabik on loan to Colchester United. I feel like Micah has been a real good superstar for Colchester United. So far this season, obviously I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter and on Instagram, and I think he's been a real good player for Colchester, and he's a young lad with a lot of good experience, and like a lot of your Charlton fans have said on Twitter, I think he'll be worth a lot more money in a few years' time, and he's still got a lot of potential, but I think he's done a real good job. So I'd have to give him a 10 out of 10, just because I think he's done a real good job, and he's played well, and he's expressed himself on the pitch a lot. And Daniel Canu on loan to Walsall. Walsall, who's in the top 7, I think. I think Daniel Canu's done real great this season for Walsall. Again, obviously with Micah Mumabik, I've seen a lot of reels of him from the EFL on Instagram, of him scoring goals, and I think he's been an absolute superstar and star boy for them. And he knows how to score goals well. He knows how to play on the pitch. He knows how to give assists. He knows how to work tactically, and in attack, of course. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. But I think it's been real good for Walsall this season. So yeah, don't really have much to say. But I'd have to give him again at 10 out of 10, just because he's a young lad, and just because he's got a lot more of a potential inside of him. And then, of course, Zach Mitchell on loan to Hibernian. I'm not sure whether he's returned back to the club yet or not, but obviously, again, he is a young lad who needs to get some more experience, and I think he's done, done a real good job out there all the way in Scotland, and I think Nathan Jones should be really, really proud of him, because he's, done a good job. Look at how far he's came, and I think he's a good lad. And he obviously came from the academy, and again, in a few years' time, he should be worth a lot more money. So, yeah, I'd have to give him a 8 out of 10. And yeah, that's I might have said it all. I might have accidentally said all the signings, and not the not the January transfers separately, but I'll try and speed through this as quick as I can. Departures of obviously Thierry Small and Chuck Shanike. They were my two favourite players, and I've loved watching Thierry Small play, and Chuck Shanike. He's been one of my favourite ever player. Not as favourite as Lyle Taylor, and yeah, you can say so much hate if you want to, but now I'm only joking. But yeah, I was sad to see Thierry and Chuck Sneeke go, because they both played really, really well for the club. But obviously, Chuck Sneeke was injury prone, but I think he was about I think both boys were a 10 out of 10 for me, just because of the way they played. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about them really. Aaron Henry and Tanner Watson. I think they've both been really really great. But it was the same to see him go last season, because again they were some of they were some of my favourite players, and I loved watching them play. And obviously also I forgot to add this in, Gasson had me. Who's currently on loan to League One side Stevenage. I thought he'd done really, really, really well for us last season, because obviously he helped us beat Southend United in extra time to progress to the next round of the FA Cup. So I think it's nice for Gaston had me to go to another club and to get some more experience, because I'm just going to be honest, he's not been a great player for us recently, and so yeah, and going out on loan, I think it'll really strengthen him. Sorry, I think it's been really strengthening him, and I think Nathan Jones is happy that Stevenage have managed to get the best out of him. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just using my dad's dad's phone. But other than this, I think that's probably about it. I think I've covered all of the players. Oh yeah, Nathan Simway on loan to AFC Wimbledon League One, who got promoted last season. I thought again, like Daniel Cano, I think Nathan Simway's been real good. He's real good academy graduate, and he knows how to play. And I've seen him play a lot of times at the Valley, and he's a real good youngster. He's got a lot of potential inside of him, and challenge to produce some of the greatest academy players over the years, like Joe Gomez, Esri Konsa, Conor Gallagher. Did he go to the academy? I'm not too sure, but yeah, they've both both came out of academy, but Nathan Simway, I think he's done well this season, being on loan to AFC Wimbledon, because obviously he's linked up with the former Cheltenham legend Johnny Jackson. So yeah, I'd have to give Nathan Simway a 10 out of 10 again, just because he's he came from the academy, and he looks like a real good academy graduate, and I think we can get best out of him. Dean Buzanis, goalkeeper. I think he left the club. I'm not too sure. I think he has. I don't really think I saw him ever play a match, so don't really have much to say about him really. But yeah, other than that, don't really have much else to say. That's it. I've covered all the summer signings and the January transfer signings. Obviously, thanks for listening. Of course, I do apologise for this pink screen. This pink screen does often happen a lot when I'm trying to set up to record this. So I really do apologise for this. But yeah, if you let me know what you thought about my comments on all the video players and the ratings, and yeah, let me know what you thought about it. And obviously we've got QPR at home tomorrow, 8 p.m. kickoff. So and of course the new Charlton channel, group chat will officially launch from 11 a.m. tomorrow. So obviously make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's all I've got. And again, I apologise for putting up it this late. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and hopefully we can win against QPR. I'm going for a 2-0 win to us, and hopefully we can do well. Come on, you Reds, up the Addicts. See you tomorrow. Night night.